guys, right, we're here, TT24, and this is episode 1 of a diary series. We're going to try and shoot something every day, or get a video out every day throughout this TT 2-week period, with some behind the scene footage of what I get up to when we're out on the bike and off the bike, with some, not too much, but a little bit of inside info of what I go through as a racer during this TT, and share that with you and give a bit back. So we're here in the WTF Racing Camp, which is a new branded team. I've got my same crew from last year. We've got 2 Honda Fireblades here, which I will go through in a later video, but there's a short delay. It's day 1, Monday. It should be first practice. Roads should be closed now, but we've had a lot of overnight rain, and they've delayed it for 4 hours. So sort of, I wouldn't say twiddling our thumbs, but the preparation and things never really stop here. There's plenty always to do, but so we're a little bit sitting around and tinkering with bits and pieces. I've got to sort some of my kit out, but to keep up with this whole TT and what goes on behind the scenes, then make sure you're subscribing and following the channel. But also, if you want to know anything specific of how things work, or anything you've seen here on the bike, or the actual format of the event, then put it in the comments, and I'm going to try and cover as much as I can in the future videos as we go on throughout. So like an educational sharing, you know, it looks very different on the TV, but I want to kind of give a little bit behind the scenes on what we get up to and how much goes into these bikes and the preparation before we even come to the island. There's a lot gone on. So yeah, fire away. I will do my best to comment and reply and cover questions in the future videos, but yeah, it should be good. I'm excited to A, get racing, but also this whole diary project should be quite good to give a bit back and share what we get up to. Nice hat. Get your hat in.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Have a good one.
Little tweak on there. You want to tweak a route?
What's happening here, boys?
No, nothing. Nothing for the camera, that's for sure.
It's the way around, isn't it? This is a cartridge change. So it's the inner cartridge of the fork. We've got some different ones that our suspension guys made, so we're going to pop them in. So we're just taking all the internals out to start with, which includes the springs, and then the cartridge kit comes out with a tool I'm just going to get. So they have like different inner cartridge kits with different settings in, so instead of changing the setting within the cartridge, it just has another cartridge ready to slip straight into the bike. Makes life a little bit easier for us. Does it a little bit quicker as well. We can do things on the fly, not that we'd normally need to here, but when the suspension guy suddenly comes up with something in his mind, he can have it prepared and we can put it straight in. It's all about making the best out of what we've got. Might as well have it right before we go out on track, and then hopefully we don't have to do too much afterwards.
Right, we've got about 3 hours until first practice of TT24. We've got Manolo behind the Bitubo suspension tech, is just checking some settings inside the forks before the bike goes up shortly for scrutineering. But there's been a delay today, obviously, but the sun's out now, and even when there's a delay and we find a pocket of time, I suppose, they're still checking, and it does not stop. The guys don't sort of put the feet up and sit around and wait till we do go. They're re-checking everything, and constant battle with just keeping things right. So, which is what you want here. Safety is paramount. You know, you can't beat checking everything and reassuring it's as it should be. So that's why I like them. So, although we'll take the mick out each other, and they're a good crew, and that's I think here it's almost more important to have a better crew than the bike itself, if that makes sense, because you can make a a good crew can make a slow bike fast, but a bad crew could do nothing with a good bike. It's crucial to have the right people around you and have everything 100% or more. So yeah, it's key.
Last little bits of lock wiring just to finish off, and then we're going to have some lunch and then take the bikes up to Scrutineering and then ready to go.
Attention start line, we're going in 4 minutes, please prepare yourselves. The Super Sport and Super Twin class will be starting in 4 minutes. Thank you. Control out.
The Gladiators get ready to enter their Coliseum ahead of TT 2024. Really excited to get things going. It's been a slight delayed start here to this particular session. This is a free practice session effectively, James, untimed as well, so we're not going to be bringing you laps, but it's not as if we haven't got an awful lot to talk about. Super Twins and Super Sport machinery heading out in this practice session. We had a bit of rain overnight, it was still quite low clouds this morning as well, but we're now getting ourselves ready for action. Getting ready for the famous tap on the shoulder, and we will begin 2024, and away we go. Back in Bournemouth Kawasaki colours there for James Hillier as he heads off. And there you go, sector time, Glen Helen, James Hillier has just gone third and Josh Brooks fourth.
Never get the feeling of speed with the world rushing past than you do at Kurt Michael at the TT.
And look at that. We're going to head now over to look at James Hillier, number 5.
Good. We got some problems, but it was just like such a good just the race right round here. I've done so many laps around here, but can't be a year off in that first lap back.
He enjoys his riding. In fact, he enjoys all kind of disciplines. He went and did and trained up and went from basically no experience to do the Dakar Rally, and that's an unbelievable challenge. And finished. Yeah, he's a quietly spoken kind of warrior, is James.
He looks incredibly happy and relaxed coming into this TT.
Yeah, I thought that.
He looked quite nervy at times in 2022 when he was riding for Yamaha, but he looks a different character coming into this one.
That's a wrap for day one here at TT24. I suppose I've done the laps. The boys have built the bike, so we've done nine laps, which is 330 or 40 miles, which is pretty insane for the speeds that we're sort of doing around here. And I can feel it. My neck aches and my eyeballs hurt a little. But it was good. Always the first lap's probably the best because it's so good to ride this course, and the condition, there was a few damp spots. The organiser did very well to get us out and flagged us in a few sections. There's a few damp areas, but soon got my eye in and we could ride around them. But I've done 3 on the Super Sport bike and 6 on these big bikes, the WTF bikes. So every lap you just kind of re-initiate yourself a little bit with the speed, I suppose, but just lines, the particular bumps. Like I subconsciously know every bump on the course and what's where. They've resurfaced a few areas, so it was taking in a bit of that and learning what's changed. The sun was quite bad. That's always the downside running later in the day. There's always a section of the course where it's really bright sunlight coming through the trees, but same for everyone, and you just kind of squint a little and it makes you appreciate the bits where you can see nicely. So But that's it really for day one. It's I'm going to sleep well tonight, that's for sure. When I've calmed down a little bit and sort of wound down, I've got a beer on, and this is probably my best beer of the year after night one of practice, to kind of just mellow out. And I didn't stop smiling on the first lap, because this place is just magic. It's so special to be the kind of pinch myself that we're allowed to do this, and the fact that I am doing it is incredible. So but then from lap 2 onwards, that's when the work starts, and we start knuckling down and trying to remember what to give these guys back, the feedback we can look at the data from the bikes and make some tweaks and changes. But we've got a long list of things to work through and try. But I think that was a pretty good day one. So I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. Make sure you're subscribed to follow the rest. We're going to try and do one every day during TT, and don't forget to drop in the comments and any questions or anything you might want to know about what we do here, and I'll try and include that in future videos. But we've got some ideas to cover as many bases as we can, but ultimately I want to share and give you guys a behind the scene of what we get up to that isn't particularly shown on TV, and also try and share exactly how much goes into the prep and work these boys do. It's long days, lots of hours, even before we get to the island, but even when we're here, it's 12+ hour days easily for these guys. And I obviously my job is hard as well, riding, but I get to chill out a little bit between riding, but these boys don't stop. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll be back on again tomorrow with another episode.